Hello my Acrylic friends, Loida here from loveacrylicpainting.com, and my daughter Abby is here with us today. She's going to be helping me with this Halloween project that we have for you. Make sure that you check the description box down below because I will leave you a list of all the supplies that you will need for this project. So for this project, we're going to be doing several things. One of them is this skull that we have here. This is going to be part of our ground fogger. So I'm hoping that the fog can come out of this skull's mouth.
If you haven't seen the previous video where I made the ground fogger, make sure to check out video number 82 because that is where I will show you how to build that, and today we are testing that with our glow-in-the-dark skull. The idea is to make this skull glow in the dark, including the eyes and the nose. And also I'm going to be teaching you how to do a DIY fog juice.
For this project, you're going to need some TriArt liquid glass. You're going to need some gold alcohol ink. This is from the brand Amsterdam. It's the light gold. And you're also going to be needing something to mix, your paints in. And you're going to need some glow-in-the-dark powders. Now, I'm going to be using two different ones. This one right here from Techno Glow, and it's actually, you can actually find it on Amazon. They have different colors. I can't remember the exact color that I got, but I will definitely link it down below in the description box.
Okay, I need to clarify something. Later in the video, I'm going to be using this glow-in-the-dark powder for the eyes. However, this did not work out. So the eyes didn't glow as I expected. So that's why I am just basically tossing this supply out of the list of the supplies that you're going to need. And just wanted to clarify that even though I did use it in the project, you don't really need it because it didn't work out.
So yeah, make sure you check the description box so you get the right ingredients for this project. What are you doing? Okay, come on. Abish, you can help me. So what you'll do is that you'll add some TriArt liquid glass into both of these cups. And in one, we're going to add the red powder, and in the other one, we're going to add this other powder. So Abby, help me with that. Probably, for this, we don't need that much. So maybe like half, or maybe like half of it. And in this one, since we're going to mix this glow-in-the-dark powder, and this is going to be used for the whole skull, we're going to cover the whole skull with this, then I also wanted to add some gold liquid acrylic ink, because I want this skull to look golden when the lights are on, but then I also want this skull to glow in the dark when the lights are off. So that's why I'm going to combine these two. Okay, you can start adding some red in there, and I'll start mixing the gold.
Remember that red glow-in-the-dark powder didn't really work, so you can skip the step that my daughter is doing.
This will look somewhat like, like a light yellow color, but that's okay since our skull is kind of like, it's not white, it's kind of like a greenish, yellowish color.
It's a neon.
Yeah, it's fine. Just add more.
Why don't you just add like food coloring? You
Mm,
don't think that'll...
maybe like red?
Exactly, just like a little bit.
So my daughter had a good idea to add maybe some red pigment to this paint just because it looks kind of a neon orange rather than red. So we're just going to add a little bit of this Color Art Venetian red pigment. This is one of my favorite colors from Color Art. It just gives a very, very rich red color. And I'm hoping that with this, our paint turns red and still glows in the dark at the same time. Let's leave it like that. Just mix it, mix it. And in this one, let's add some gold. And you can talk. you can talk. You are allowed to talk. And we might need to add a few coats of this paint. So we might just add, you know, one coat, let it dry, then add another coat, and just keep on adding coats until we feel like, you know, once we turn off the light, it glows. It has a good glow. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that red. That's awesome. Okay, show it in the camera.
I just did.
Very
it looks more
rich
like blended
red.
up.
Okay, we need to check the color and make sure that it actually glows in the dark. So we might need to go
Very.
turn off the lights and check. I think I added way too much gold and it kind of covered the glow properties of the other, you know, of the glow powder. And the same thing I think happened with this other paint. So we're adding more glow in the dark powder and hoping that it works.
Change the red color yet, so.
Okay, so this was not working. We added too much acrylic paint to our glow in the dark paint, so it covered the glowing properties. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna use this paint to first paint our skull, then we're gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna do another mixture of just plain liquid glass with pure glow in the dark powder. You know, this will add some color, but then that top coat with the glow in the dark powder will help the skull glow. So let's give it a try and see how it goes. We need to let that dry.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, the eyes are dripping, look.
So should we leave it?
I don't know if you want to.
Do they even see it?
I think it looks cool.
Do you think we should just leave it?
I think you should put blood coming out of the other nose.
Okay, well, this is how our skull is looking, and let me explain a few of the things that happened here, because it didn't really go as we planned. So again, we painted the skull with the mixture of glow-in-the-dark powder that we had mixed in with the gold acrylic ink. And initially I thought that it was not going to glow in the dark because that paint, when I was testing it just by itself, it didn't really glow. But once I added it, I added several coats of that paint to my skull. Then when I tested that skull, it did glow. So who knows, like it was just glowing, and it was glowing really well. So I didn't have to add another coat of just plain Tri-Art liquid glass mixed with glow-in-the-dark powder. And lastly, the eyes. Okay, so the eyes, that paint did not work out. It did not glow in the dark. So the red paint
We just could not make it work so that it would glow in the dark. But in the end, we really did end up liking the effect that that gave to the skull, because the skull glows, but then the eyes will look black when the lights are off. And because I am so impatient, I didn't want to wait and give my eye area a couple of coats of paint. So I just went in and added a bunch of paint, and obviously it dripped, but my daughter ended up liking that effect. And so we just didn't care, and we said, we're just going to leave it. We're just going to let the paint drip and do its own thing. And so this is kind of how it ended up looking. That is all dried paint. That red paint actually looks like it's blood and like it's still wet, but it's not. It's already dried. And now the exciting part is here. We're going to go and test out our glow-in-the-dark skull with our fog machine and see if it works out. And also, I'm going to show you a DIY recipe for a fog juice, which is super simple, super easy, non-toxic as well. So stay tuned.
Look at this. Oh my goodness. It is super scary. You can even see the reflection of the skull in the mirror. It just looks like it's floating. It is absolutely stunning. I couldn't be happier with this. So initially I thought, or I was wanting my eyes to glow in the dark as well. I wanted those eyes to look red, but I actually like that they look black.
Now we're going to test our fog machine, and you will want to add some ice inside your bucket so that the ice can cool down the fog that is coming out from your fog machine. Now, some people have suggested that you could use dry ice or even frozen water bottles so that you don't have the mess of the ice melting and then turning into water and maybe spilling out through the openings that we did through which we put the duct, right? Because we didn't really seal those holes. Now you could seal it with maybe hot glue or something like that. Then I cut a small hole right on top of that cardboard box, and I placed my skull right on top of it. So you can see here that there's fog coming out of that hole. And now we're going to test it and see how it works. And here it is, the moment of truth. Let's see how it does. So it actually works out pretty well. You can see how that fog is coming out of the skull's mouth. So it actually looked really cool. Even though the fog is not staying low on the ground, it's kind of going up, but it's pretty chilly outside. And you know, the cooler it is outside, the harder it is for that fog to stay on the ground. So the fog has to be colder than the air that is outside for that fog to stay low on the ground. So just keep that in mind. But look at this. I actually think we had a big success. I actually really like how this looks. And now I'm going to turn on the red light that I have on my porch. And oh, there's my doggy. He's just kind of looking, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. I even like it even more with the red light. That red light just makes it look just absolutely amazing. And the fog machine is turned off, but the fog is still coming out from that box, so it's a pretty cool effect. You know, it's not that much fog coming out, but still, that little fog that is slightly coming out is just, it looks so freaking cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on one more time because I want to see how this looks with the red light, and let's give it another try. Oh my gosh, look at that! It is incredible. And like I said, even if this hadn't worked out exactly as I planned, it would have still be cool to have some fog on the ground and just have our skull right in front. But look at this. I mean, the fog is not staying low, but like I said, it's pretty chilly outside. Plus, I don't think that the tube or the duct that we had inside of the bucket, I don't think that duct was long enough to give the fog a chance to cool down all the way before it comes out from the other exit. So that's why I was suggesting that you go with the 3-inch duct rather than the 4-inch, because the 3-inch duct is a little bit longer than the 4-inch duct. So just keep that in mind. You could give that a try and see if it works out a little bit better. And like you can see here, I did cut out a hole on the bottom of that box and covered the one on the top with some clear tape, because I wanted to test this fog machine to see if the fog would stay low on the ground if the hole was on the bottom rather than being on the top. And so now I'm testing that, and even though it did work pretty well, I still feel like this fog machine would have benefited a little bit more from having a longer tube inside. Now here's the recipe for the DIY fog juice. I didn't really record a video for that because it's actually super simple, and in this video I'm actually using my DIY fog so you can see that it actually works really well. And the recipe is basically just 30% glycerin, 70% distilled water. You want to make sure that you use distilled water because otherwise your fog machine can break because of the impurities found in the water. So that's it. 30% vegetable glycerin and 70% distilled water. I hope you guys liked this video as much as I loved making this project. I really love Halloween, and this was just a super fun project, and it wasn't really that hard at all. Go ahead and give it a try. It's not as hard as it looks, and it is super fun. I bet all the kids in the neighborhood will end up loving your display. So let me know what you think. I'll see you in my next video.
Retake it. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my Pearaholic.
Stop.
Wait. No battery. Hold on. We need to charge. Retake?
Yep.
Take
Wait,
2.
I need the little. wait, repeat the thing.
What thing? I don't have a thing.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Take 2. Hello, my pearl.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Take 3. I'll be doing some other things and we'll just...
Oh my god.
I don't know what to say. Hold on. Wait. Ground fogger. That's what it's called. Wait. Yeah? Ground fogger?
Fog machine.
Okay. Wait. Go. Take 4, 5. Take 4. Hello, my Pearaholic friends. Loida here from loveacrylicpainting.com. And hold on.